A Plaguelands Media production.
Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media bringing you another Fighting Fantasy game book today. This time we are looking at Legend of the Shadow Warriors. This was game book number 44, the old series. This is not set in Alancia, but this is actually set in the old world. Now, for those purists out there, here is a map of Titan, the Fighting Fantasy world. This is Alancia, where we've been having most of our gamebook adventures. But if we come over here to the old world, and specifically this part here, Galantria, this is where this book is set. It's kind of a spiritual successor to Vault of the Vampire, which sadly I don't have anymore, but was one of my favorite game books, written by Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, of course, with a marvelous, marvelous cover. Now, as usual, I have my giant glass of go-go juice. I will drink this every time I make a bad decision, so you will probably see me fucking drunk as shit by the end of this video. Drinking one right now, because playing this is always a bad decision. Although I do love these game books so very, very much. That is some nice whiskey. Okay. We got to roll skill, stamina, and luck. Skill, of course. 1d6 plus 6. Hey, look at that. A skill of 12. Stamina. 2d6 plus 12. All right. Stamina of 15. And luck is 1d6 plus 6. Hey. Shitty stamina. Great skill and luck. We don't have any provisions at the moment. We start with, I believe it is... If I look in here, I believe we start with 2d6 plus 12 gold. To find out how much gold, you roll 2d6, add 12. Okay. How much gold do we start with? Come on, baby. Hey, look at that. 22. I'll take it. We have a steel sword. We have no armor, but we can actually get armor later. And our equipment consists of basically a backpack, and that is all we start the game with. So, with that said, let's get straight into it. Someone has written... I never used to write on the adventure sheets as a kid. I always used a bit of paper. Okay. Shadow warriors on steeds infernal, riding ever faster, uprooting tree and breaking stone, searching for their master. Oh, that sounds pretty fucking ominous right from the get-go. Okay. Galantria was once the most civilized land on the face of Titan. Its history began with Orgen the Builder. Its history began when Orgen the Builder halted the great roaming of his tribe to build a village, which he called Lendl. From there, his people spread, building ever more villages, and Lendl itself evolved into a walled city. Orgen's son Regulus led the people into a new age of wealth and forged the 8 largest towns into the nation of Galantria, with Royal Lendl as its capital. Galantria continued to expand and could well have covered the entire old world were it not for the fact that it bordered other nations whose people also had thoughts of expansion. Directly south lay the nation of Fempre, and to the east, the country of Bryce. Though initially relations were cordial, the people of Bryce grew jealous of Galantria's wealth and prepared an invasion. Next, Galantrian colonies in the Northlands rebelled and sent an army down to their parent country to win their independence, and it did not take long before the nearby nation of Fempre and Lendelend got caught up in these terrible events. Thus began the War of the Four Kingdoms. This is an extract from Life on Titan by Ernst Kanderman. Okay. A little bit of history, I like it. The treacherous Baron Tag led his own monarch into an ambush, he himself plunging a poisoned dagger into King Constantine's back. War-torn and leaderless, Galantria fell into despair. Fortunately, help was at hand in the form of Tantalon, the court magician, who seized the throne in the name of the people. Using a mixture of cunning, wizardry, and a brilliant strategy, Tantalon brought the war to an end single-handed. Yet though he exercised the authority of kingship, he did not keep the crown for himself. He was saving it for another. Good on you, Tantalon, you smug prick. This came from Court Essays and Observations, 2 Decades of Royal Decorum by Hugo Montpellier. Aged and wary, Tantalon killed 2 birds with 1 stone. At one and the same time, he found Constain's successor and righted 12 wrongs by declaring the latter to be tasks which the former had to complete to win the crown. Thus, a new bloodline began to rule Galantria, Origins' lineage having ended with the betrayed Constane. Law and order were restored, and an unlikely hero became king. Strangely enough, the coronation coincided with Tantalon's passing away, but the wizard's death and the start of a fresh royal dynasty signaled a new era for the nation. However, Galantria was no longer the centre of the old world. That position had passed to Fempre, the realm of King Charlana, who ruled with his magical crown of kings. Charlana lent this great artifact to the rulers of other countries on condition that they join his now mighty alliance. Indeed, Charlana's wise and generous leadership has proved to be the sole guiding light, leading us into the next age of humanity. From Charlana the Reformer, Volume 3, The Fruitful Years, by Matra Sanskriya. Okay. Sword for hire. You are a veteran adventurer. Well, 12 skill and 12 luck, damn straight I fucking am. Lending your sword arm to almost anybody who makes you the right offer, though it must be said that you have no great love for gold, requiring only enough to get by. You seek adventure and excitement for their own sake and look to correct the world's many injustices. Oh, I'm a nice guy. Over the years, you have fought for many armies and have joined many expeditions into unknown lands. During the War of the Four Kingdoms, you fought on the side of Galantria, your homeland. Your courage, skill, and leadership earned you many decorations, and though you never felt comfortable with it, the rank of captain. When the war ended, you spurned the fame you had gained and took to the road in search of fresh adventures. Yeah, that sounds just like me. 5 years on, you are now back in Royal Lendal, but the people who once sang your praises have forgotten you. It's taken only 4 days for you to become bored with the city, so, hopeful of bumping into someone interesting, you decide to take yourself into a tavern named The First Step to slake your thirst. All right, just going to stop here for a second. We all know every great fantasy adventure starts with the dude in a tavern. I mean, it's the staple of Dungeons & Dragons. It's where the Dragonlance Chronicles begin with the Inn of the Last Home. I'm in a tavern. I've got a good feeling about this. Good shit's going to happen. I just know it. You know what? I'm in a tavern. I'm taking another drink. Oh, yeah. All right. It's highly likely that someone in here will be looking for a person with your particular talents. Indeed, you are on the point of drinking your second tankard of Lendale. Hold on. Got to take another one because I'm on my second. Okay. Man, this is going to fuck me up with the dice roll, and I tell you what. Oh, that's good whiskey. The second tankard of Lendale, when you feel a frantic tapping on your shoulder. Apparently my shoulder's made of wood, by the way. And you turn to face a worried-looking man. Judging by his appearance, you would say that he's a farmer living on the country borderlands. His words tumble out in hurried anxiety. Please, Captain, you must help us in Karnstein. Our home's being ravaged by an unstoppable foe, and our people are being cut down like dead wheat. 3 of us, that's me, Mendican, and 2 of my fellow villagers. Wait, 3 of us, me, Mendican, and 2 of my fellow villagers. That's 4, you illiterate fuck. Have come to the city seeking help, but the authorities won't listen to us. They think we're making it all up. They don't believe that we're being attacked by the Shadow Warriors. Cannot be. The Shadow Warriors are merely boogeymen used by mothers to make their naughty children behave. Every Galantrian child knows the short nursery rhyme that tells of them. That would be this one. Before you have time to respond, Mendicant continues. No one will help us. Even mercenaries we approached laughed in our faces. Then when we heard you were here, you're our last hope. Will you help us? You know what? I'm just going to take another drink before I make that decision, dude. You're fucking up my buzz, buddy. Oh, I was a captain. All right, I'll help you, you fuckhole. While these words have hardly been a glowing tribute to your skills, yeah, tell me about it, you can see that the man is terrified and in dire need of help. You're very doubtful about the Shadow Warrior's business, though. It's much more likely that the people of Karnstein are being terrorized by a gang of brigands, got up in frightening costumes. Still, you've heard of Karnstein. It's a mere speck of dust on the maps. There's virtually nothing there. What could raiders possibly want from such a place? Perhaps they enjoy picking on scared, helpless peasants? For whatever reason, it enrages you to hear of such wanton viciousness. You make up your mind to go to Karnstein on the spot. You'll defend the village and teach these Shadow Warriors a lesson they'll never forget. Now, where is Karnstein and where am I? I believe there is a map here. Well, I thought there was a map. Okay. So this is Galantria. I am in Royal Lendl, which is here. And the village of Karnstein is all the way down here. So I've got to travel all the way down here to get to Royal Karnstein. All right. Oh, this is one of these ones with the fantastic art. Look at that. Look at that smug prick. All right. Though he is relieved that you have agreed to help his village, Mendicant now begins to look embarrassed. He says, we're only a poor and simple people. All we can pay you is 200 gold pieces. And what is more, the village elders have decreed that you are to be paid after the job is done. Hey-ho, such are the times. Still, you won't go back on your word, so you agree on his terms, and Mendicant smiles once more in relief. Now he must go and find his friends so they can prepare to leave for Karnstein. You yourself will have to buy provisions and other equipment necessary for the journey and your adventure. You shake hands with Mendicant and arrange to meet his party on the main trade route south of the city in 2 hours' time. The farmer then hurries out of the tavern, just as a gaudily dressed fellow strolls in and elbows his way towards you. This is Bartov, the infamous gambler. He struts through even the most dangerous parts of the city wearing expensive silks as a sign of his success at countless gaming tables. Haven't seen you in here for some time, he says with a sly grin. Care to try your luck? Although you shouldn't be wasting your time here, a win would enable you to buy more equipment and thus prepare you for the road ahead. Okay, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to blow my nose. Okay, do I accept his challenge or if I would rather leave? I have 22 gold. This guy looks like a fucking cheat. So, you know what? No, I've had too many run-ins at the Sydney RSL club where I gambled and lost. So, I'm not going to gamble. I'm not taking the risk this time. And that is probably a bad decision. Have another drink. Okay. Leaving the tavern behind, you walk towards a sprawling market area in the centre of the city. Ironically, the market stands next to Royal Lendl's poorest district, a warren of dilapidated buildings housing beggars and thieves. All in all, it is a sad and dangerous place. The sort of thing you want would normally cost you a small fortune. Fucking Lendl Ale, dude. Tell you what. Luckily, you have a good many merchant friends who will sell you their wares for next to nothing. The eastern side of the market is where you'll find all the hardware you may need, weapons, basic equipment. Western side, the unusual items. Where will you visit first? I'm going to go western for the more unusual stuff first. I think that would be prudent. 66. Okay. Whoa. It does not take you long to find most of the things which may be of use during your adventure. Look at the opposite list, and if you buy any of the items described, add it to your sheet and deduct the appropriate number of gold pieces, except for provisions and the Amulet of Luck, which may be used at any time except during battle, and the Ring of Agility, which may be used whenever you test your skill. You may use the items only when you're instructed to do so by the text. All right, let's have a look what we got here. Amulet of Luck. So it restores your luck to its initial level. My luck is 12. Chameleon Cloak, woven by an elven craftsman. It is not effective against man-made backgrounds, so it's a natural thing. Firecrackers, a mirror. Provisions. Okay, so I'm going to buy provisions. You may buy any number of meals at the cost of 1 gold per meal. I'm going to buy 6 provisions. And that'll put my gold down to 16 from 22. All right. Ring of Agility. When you're told to test your luck, you may draw on the power. If you do, deduct 2 from the die roll. The ring may be used 3 times. Costs 4 gold. Sleeping Draft. Can even knock out a manticore. All right. Okay. Why is the mirror here? I'm going to buy a mirror for 1 gold. So I'm going to add mirror. Go down to 15 gold. Okay. Ring of Agility. I've got 12 skill. So I'm not too worried about testing my skill. Chameleon Cloak. Amulet of Luck. I'm not worried about that. Firecrackers. I'm going to buy the Firecrackers and the Chameleon Cloak for another 5 gold. Firecrackers. Chameleon Cloak. And that puts me at 10 gold. And I'm good with that. I don't need the Sleeping Draft. I got some provisions. Don't want an Amulet of Luck, and I don't want a Ring of Agility. All right. If you have not yet visited the eastern side of the market, go to 188. Well, I haven't, so let's go to 188 and see what we can buy over there. If you allowed yourself to be diverted and gambled with Bartolf, I did not. You may continue on your way. If you're heading east, go to 82. Okay. All right. It does not take you long to find most of the articles you hope will be of use during your adventure. Read through the list below. If you buy, okay, so Battle Axe. Each time you hit your opponent in combat, you cause it to lose 4 stamina. However, because the axe's weight, you suffer a penalty. Deduct 1 from your attack strength. Caltrops. Chainmail armor. If you test your luck and are lucky, 2. However, the armor's bulk, add 1 to every time. All right. Lantern and oil. Manacles. Metal rot. Rope and grapple. Okay. I'm quite happy with the steel sword. I don't really care about the battle axe. Caltrops would come in useful somewhere. Chainmail armor. Again, I think my skill is high enough. Lantern and oil will come in handy. So I'm going to buy rope and grapple, metal rot, lantern and oil, and caltrops for 10 gold. Okay, I have 10 gold left. So I'll get the caltrops, lantern plus oil, metal rot, rope plus grapple, and I have no gold left now. All right, I'm basically banking on this 200 gold. I've been to the western side, so I'll go to 321. Already, I'm really enjoying this. I like these choices. Oh shit! What the fuck is this? Turning away from an annoying shyster who's trying to sell your mongoose paperweight made of plaster, you find your way blocked by 6 men dressed in heavy armor. They are city guards. Once you see the gnarled old weasel who's leading them, you understand what this is all about. This is Queensberry Woad, Galantry's chief tax collector, with his personal retinue, Woad produces a scroll from the depths of his overlarge robes and says, Captain, I am hereby authorized to serve you with this bill of taxes which must be paid forthwith. In lieu of satisfactory fiscal settlement, I have an open warrant for your arrest. He presents you with the scroll and continues. The original ballast charged at compound half yearly and at a fixed annual rate for 5 years comes to 568 gold pieces. Do you have the money? Sure. You clearly have not got and cannot afford to pay such a vast sum. Now you regret ever returning to the capital. But what will you do? You can plead poverty and let the guards arrest you, try to bribe Queensberry Woad, or turn on your heels and make a run for it. I'm running. Fuck these guys. The fuck, dude? I was your captain. You give Queensberry a shove so that he totters back into his guards and they all fall over in an untidy heap. The troops raise the alarm and the taxman squawks with rage. Never has he been so humiliated in his entire life. Rather than restrain you, however, the bystanders just stand there laughing loud and long at the pompous official's plight. Before the guards can regain their feet, you flee. A few meters ahead, you come to a junction. Will you go left, right, or straight ahead? Right is right. 384. Okay, your road brings you to a small courtyard filled with fruit and vegetable stalls. The only way not barred by city guards is to take a sharp left up a narrow street. Before going round this turning, you may try and delay your pursuers by tipping over some stalls. If you want to do this, if you rather keep running. However, if you would like to stop and give yourself up, you know what? I don't want to tip over the stalls because those people, that's their livelihood. I'm just going to keep running. 78. With the guards in hot pursuit, you rush up the lane but pause when you notice a manhole in the middle of the roadway. Suddenly it occurs to you, possibly you could lose the guards by sneaking down into the sewers. You are considering what to do when a fist-sized metal ball bounces in front of you and then comes to a halt on the cobbles. It came from somewhere to your right. You look in that direction to see a mysterious figure, clad head to foot in black robes, scurrying away up a narrow alley between two buildings. Will you pick up the metal sphere, leave it there and go down the sewers? What? Bad decision time, people. I'm going down the sewers. 375. Okay. Shit. You lift the circular lid and climb down a set of rungs into dark sewers. Though no guards follow you, you hurry on, your path running alongside a stomach-churning river of sewerage. Soon, however, you are hopelessly lost in the meandering underground complex and cannot find a way back up to ground level. Things get even worse when you hear an awful moan arise from the depths of the sludge. It is with a sense of despair that your worst fears are confirmed, for lifting high out of the water to tower above you is a dread Sligo. It is said these creatures are unwittingly created by the city's many alchemists and sorcerers who deposit who, despite public protests, are forever polluting the city sewers with potent byproducts of their esoteric experiments. Such waste react with the effluent to form Sligo, shambling mounds of murderous filth. Attack it. Look in your backpack for something to defeat it or flee from it. Let's attack this fucker. How bad can it be? In the darkness of the sewer, you cannot make out the Sligo's form at all clearly. All you know is that the creature is dark and malevolent. When you strike the Sligo, its skin hisses and steams. It is acidic to the touch, and it has dissolved your weapon. Okay, I have no sword now. Worse still, A black maggoty slime has twitched its way up your hand, burning you. You howl and must deduct 2 points from your stamina. From 15 down to 13. Okay. Then the Sligo gives vent to another unearthly moan as it lifts its bulk to come down on you and crush you. Will you flee or rummage swiftly for something to defeat it? I don't think I've got anything to defeat the Sligo. Nothing's going to work, so I'm going to have to flee. 356. Realizing the futility of combat against the Sligo, you stagger away in a bid to escape. Test your luck. All right, my luck is 12. Look at that. Down to 11. If you are lucky, turn to 180. Okay. Okay, sorry about that little interruption. Okay. As you turn away from the Sligo, it spits a blob of acidic black pus at your face. You manage to duck just in time. The squeaking lump of muck flies over your head and embeds itself in a sewer wall, turning brick into dripping clay. Not waiting to see what the creature will do next, you run for your life. With a great splash, the Sligo drops its awesome body into the foul waters and rushes after you. Soon, with sinking heart, you come to a dead end, and then you spot a ladder. Thought I was dead for a moment there. Leading back up to the surface. From above come the faint voices of the city guards looking for you. Behind you, the Sligo raises itself up once more, its foul mass now revealed by the light coming through an overhead grid. The sight is one you'll never forget. Will you clamber up out of the sewer or turn and embrace the creature in close combat? Well, we know that close combat isn't going to work. I've got no weapon, so I've got to go get arrested, I guess. 18. Yep. Thank Osmani, god of mercenaries, for your escape. You scramble up the ladder, push open the manhole, cover with your hard head, deduct 1 point from your stamina, down to 12, and haul yourself up into the open air. You roll over and shove the lid back into place. Restore 1 luck for a successful escape. All right, I'm back to 12. Resting briefly, you look around and see that you are in a short alley that leads into a busy square, and you are not alone. An impoverished jester has been watching your behaviour with a perplexed expression on her face. Her red and green outfit is in tatters, yet she manages a glib smile and walks towards you as you climb to your feet. Have you heard the one about the pig in a frenzy? She begins. You place the palm of your hand over her face and push her out of the way onto the floor. You're in no mood for jokes. Wow, I'm a dick. All right, 225. You have just entered one of Royal Lendal's major tourist attractions, Masonic Square, filled with traders and merchant stalls. The major feature of its buildings is their fine stonework and the statues depicting the life of Origin the Builder. Some say that the measurements, angles, and proportions of the square hold some deep mystical significance. You, however, are more concerned with the number of city guards watching all the exits leading from it. At the moment, they are not looking for you, but they will soon be once those guards dogging your footsteps arrive. You need a diversion. If chaos were to reign, however briefly, over the hundreds of people crammed into the square, you would have no trouble slipping away. There is only one thing that could possibly cause such an uproar: gold. Well, I don't have any. If you have gold, decide how many you wish to throw, then deduct them from your sheet and roll a die. If you don't have any gold and choose not to waste any, you must surrender to the guards. All right, 199. The city guard take you to a nearby jail where you are to be held until dawn tomorrow. At that time, an armoured wagon will take you to the city dungeon, a grim complex from which few ever return. The guards take your weapon. Well, the fucking Sligo took my weapon, so whatever. and lock you in a dirty cage. Then they depart, leaving you in the care of the jailer. This brute sits by a table, sucking on a bottle of grog and reading a book called Confessions of a Rat Catcher. Since there is only one cage in the jail, no other prisoners, and only the single jailer, your thoughts turn to escape. Luckily, none of your other possessions have been taken. Will you pour some metal rot? Shout an insult at the jailer. You know what? I fucking got the metal rot for just this reason. Let's use the metal rot. Turn to 7. You open a small vial of metal rot and empty its contents all over the square iron panel that houses the lock to your cage. Cross the vial off, all right. No more metal rot. The thick gurgling fluid does its work in seconds and the lock dissolves into thin air. Not having heard a thing, the jailer is caught unawares when you sneak up behind him and knock him unconscious. You step over his mountainous body and slip out of the jail. Now you'll have to leave Royal Lendal before you are caught. Will you leave by the south gate, which opens straight into the main trade route, or by the nearer east gate? I'm going east. Mere streets away from the huge east gate, you come upon a rarity on the streets of Royal Lendal. A rubbish cart standing unattended. A few citizens are wealthy and cultured enough not to throw the litter out the window. Instead, they save it for the Lendal rubbish collector, who take it to a large quarry just beyond the city wall. Gate wardens always stand watch over the 4 city gates as a matter of course, but now they could also be on the lookout for you. Therefore, you reckon it might be a good idea to sneak aboard the rubbish cart and hide among all the garbage. That way you might be able to slip through the gate unseen. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Or a bad idea. So I'm going to go to 126. It can hardly be said that you are travelling in luxury. The stench of the rubbish strewn over your body is truly revolting. Worse still, a contagious turquoise mould has started to creep across your belongings. While it will not harm you, it does make your food unfit to eat. If you're carrying any provisions, cross off 2 meals. From 6 down to 4. All right. Okay. After much pitching and tossing, the vehicle reaches the east gate, 301. Royal Lendal's east gate towers before you. 2 enormous counterbalance doors, constructed from heavily reinforced steel, are set into an awesome city wall which is so thick that it has defensive posts and tunnels built into it. You are shocked to discover Quinberry Woad waiting there for you with 5 of his men. If you either have a scroll of civic pardon or are hiding in a rubbish cart, you may pass through the gate unhindered. All right, I'm in a rubbish cart, 145. Okay, this looks ominous. You run to the meeting place and are pleased to find Mendicant and his 2 friends waiting for you. One of them is very old, making the ensuing journey painfully slow. To make up for this, you have to walk long into the night and are all tired when you reach the Magyar Pass. This, the narrowest stretch of the trade route, is little more than a rocky path. On the left looms a sheer rock face, and on the right runs a deep crevasse, about 6 metres wide and 5 times that deep. On the far side of the crevasse is another path. By common agreement, all traffic from Lendal uses the path you are on, while all traffic going to Lendal uses the far path. As you walk through the pass, the Magyar walls blot out the moonlight and the shining stars above. Suddenly a dreadful cry pierces the air, followed by another and another. The villagers cringe in terror, while you prepare for combat. I've got no weapon. Then you see them coming along the path towards you. 5 riders on hellish steeds whose hoofs make the very earth quake and who race to crush you underfoot. Their robes billow and their long hair flows in the wind. Even though they wear strange metallic masks, you can see that their skin is decayed and their eyes are black, bottomless pits of death. Mendicant wails, "We are doomed, the Shadow Warriors are upon us." The others run, but their flight is futile. They are swiftly put to the sword, but the warriors, they are real after all. Will you stand and fight them or admit that you cannot hope to fend off 5 united and flee? Oh, shit. I've got no weapon. I can't fight 5 guys with no weapon. I'm going to have to flee, I think. 28. Realizing that you are no match for the might of all 5 warriors combined, you run back to the north. Your lungs burn as you try to put some distance between yourself and the shrieking phantoms. Fortunately, you come at last to a narrowing of the path, which forces the warriors to ride in single file, but one of them has sped ahead of the others in a bid to delay you. You must fight and destroy it before the rest catch up. Roll 1 die to see which of the 5 you must face. If you roll a 6, ignore the result and roll again. All right, 5. When you're told to continue your adventure, turn to 72. All right, so I'm just going to mark 72 on here. But I'm fighting number 5. 245. The Shadow Warrior carries a number of deadly throwing stars which are cast in a magical substance called cruel metal. Any wounds caused by the metal keep growing, healing, and splitting the body until the victim suffers a slow and painful death. At the start of the battle, the warrior will have time to spin 1 such missile in your direction. Test your skill. My skill is 12. If you pass, you dodge the star and begin combat as normal. If you fail, the star embeds itself in your body and you die in seconds. Okay, so 5th Shadow Warrior, skill 9, stamina 9. Now, if I don't have a weapon, it's lost forever. To fight without a weapon, subtract 1 from your skill score for the duration. All right. Skill 9, stamina 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Okay, so I'm at 11. He's at 9. Okay. 11, 14, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So I take 2 damage, putting me at 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He is at 9. 10, 17. All right. 11, 12, 17. He is at 9. He hits me again. I'm at 8. 11, 12, 17, 9. Oh, shit. Takes me down. All right. All right. I'm at 11. 18, 9. Okay. 11. Okay, that was a 2, so he's probably going to hit me. Of course. Putting me at 4. 11. 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. Okay. I'm at 4 health. All right. Yeah, you fuck. Got to hit him one more time. He's got to hit me twice. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 9. Okay, this is it. 1 and 1. This is the big one. I'm at 11. Look at that. Douchebag. Wowee, people. After that fight, I'm actually going to eat 2 provisions to give me, how much health do provisions give back? I believe it's 4 each. Stamina. You must keep track of how many provisions. Each time you eat a meal, you may restore up to 4 and deduct 1 meal. So I'm going to eat 2, and that'll give me 8 health back, putting me back to 10 after that fight. But I only have 2 provisions left. If you defeat the warrior, 335. That was close. That was really close. 335. Whoa. Though the struggle was hard, damn straight, you have defeated your foe. The Shadow Warrior falls, wailing in an untidy heap. Yet no sooner does the evil fiend hit the ground than dark vapours start to rise from the body. You stand back and watch as the foul fumes enshroud the corpse, obscuring it from sight. When they clear, the body is no longer there. Only a scorch on the earth remains. You may have beaten the warrior, but you have not destroyed it. It will take more than the weapons of mortal man to lay such creatures to rest. It is more likely that you'll meet another one again before this tale is told. Rue the day. And we were told to go to 72 to continue our adventure. Okay, made weary by your victory, the other warriors rein their horses to a halt. As one, the 4 hiss with fear and hatred. But you don't stay to watch this display of evil. You run around the bend, putting yourself out of their sight. Then you hear the pounding of hoofs as the warriors take up the pursuit once more. You won't be so lucky a second time. You need to find a way to shake them off. Will you attempt to hide? Hurriedly put on the chameleon cloak if you have one, and hug the... I do have a chameleon cloak, actually. 324. All right. You will never regret buying the wondrous cape. The warriors race blindly past, leaving a cloud of dust in their wake. They sweep out of Magyar Pass and speed northwards. You dumb fucks. The 200 gold pieces you've been promised as payment is no longer important. Mendican and his people went under your protection, and you have failed them. The Shadow Warrior's power is awesome, unlikely anything you have ever seen before, but you shall defeat these dark riders. You shall avenge all the innocent folk that they have slain. For surviving the ambush, you may add 2 points to your luck. My luck's already at 12. I can't add any more. It is dawn when you reach the southern exit of Magyar Pass, a place you will always remember as the scene of your greatest defeat. You stop to rest and consider your next move. The road to Karnstein leads straight to the south. Until you get there, more villagers will suffer and die each night. To the east, however, lives an all-knowing hermit. Maybe you should learn all there is to know about these seemingly indestructible warriors before you go rushing into battle. The hermit alone may possess the esoteric knowledge. I mean, of course I'm going to go visit the hermit. What are you talking about? He's a hermit. You make straight towards the east and soon come to a large bridge. You cross it and join the Weirtown Road, which you follow until you reach the region of low wooded hills where the hermit is said to live, an area also renowned for its highwaymen. The sun is sinking when you leave the road and take a winding path northwards up to the high ground. There you find a famous landmark, the Wizard's Well. An old wizardly face is carved into the low overhang of moss-covered rock, looks down on a magic spring. Only good can come from partaking of this fluid. Do I want to drink from it? You know what? Let's drink from the Wizard's Well of goodness. Oh, that's good Wizard's Well water. 194. You walk over to the cool waters and are about to drink when you hear a stern voice call, "Stand and deliver." You turn around and find yourself facing a masked highwayman. He is aiming a crossbow at your heart. The villain laughs. "No doubt you're another fool in search of the hermit. Well, forget it. He's dead and I killed him. and I'll do the same to you unless you buy your freedom. His finger tightens on the crossbow trigger. I've got no gold. I'm pretty skillful, and this guy sounds like a fuckwit, so I'm going to fight him. 91, 92. 91, 92. You hear a loud snapping sound. The highwayman has fired his crossbow. Fortunately, his aim is none too steady. Test your luck. Of course, my luck is 12. Well, it's 11 now, but it was 12. So, fuck you, knave. If you're lucky, the shot misses you. If you survive the attack, you must fend off the highwayman. Alright, skill 7, stamina 6. Okay. Highwayman, skill 7, stamina 6, 4, 2, 0. Remember, I'm at 11 because I have no weapon. So I've got to go -1 skill. 11. Okay, 17. Ooh. All right. So I had 11, and I got... And he has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He hit me. All right. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 7. Fuck you, dude. 11. All right. Nope. And 11. Okay. Killed the highwayman. You win 274. Okay, the struggle over. You search the body of your adversary and find 2 gold and provisions enough for 1 meal. All right. So we have 2 gold and that would be, I got rid of 2, so I now have 3 meals. Excellent. Now you have time to either drink from the wizard's well, continue north in search of the dead hermit. I'm drinking from the well. That's what I came here for, 58. Cupping your hands, you scoop the water up into your lips. The magical liquid makes your head spin as it takes an immediate effect. Roll 1 die and follow the instructions. Okay, that fell on the floor. Right under the table, so just bear with me while I climb down here like the fucking dog that I am. And let's try that again, this time rolling it in the camera. 6. Restore 1 skill, 2 luck, and 4 stamina. Luck's at 12, skills at 12, stamina is also 12. All right. You may drink from the well only once before moving either northwards. Yeah, I'm going north. I think that's where the hermit was, 349. Okay. Night has fallen by the time you reach the hermit's cottage. Hamnicus the hermit is a friendly old man and wastes no time in providing you with a hot meal. Restore 2 stamina. Oh, I love it. I'm almost back at full stamina now. That's awesome. As you eat, you risk total honesty and tell Hamnicus all about your quest. Frowning, he goes over to consult a book at his desk, then says, over 2,000 years ago, there existed one voivod, whose very name was a byword for cruelty. His power threatened life itself, but the world took shape in the form of the Earth Mother and the Horned God. Together they fought Voivod and defeated him. They were not able to kill death itself, but could only imprison him in a secret place. Voivod's 5 lieutenants disappeared, never to be seen again, or so it seemed. For now, we can understand the old nursery rhyme. The Shadow Warriors have been seeking Voivod's prison in hope of freeing him so that he may embark on a new reign of terror. It is said that a book, the Astrakhan's Numeris, predicts Voivod's return and provides the means whereby he can be defeated. I don't know if the book truly exists, but I do know that Voivod is about to walk Titan again. Suddenly there comes a heavy pounding on the door, 3 slow booming knocks that almost shatter the wood. They are followed by a low, mournful voice. Father, it is I, your son. Please let me in. It's so cold out here. Hearing this, Hamnicus falls back and cries in sorrow and terror. It cannot be. My son died 7 years ago. But he overcomes his fears and makes for the door. Unless you stop him, the hermit will admit his long-dead son. I'm stopping the hermit. Are you kidding me? 3:30. You rush to the hermit and restrain him. The voice outside wails, Father, please, you must let me in. If you don't, I will die. Overcome with emotion, Hamnicus finds renewed strength and breaks free of your grasp. The only way to stop him is by use of regrettable force. All right. Hamnicus, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Okay. If after one round of combat you decide to let him open the door, but if you're still determined to stop him. All right, well, let's do one round of combat. 12, 17, and he has 5. Okay. I don't want to kill this guy, but you know what? He can open the door. I'll deal with his fucking son. 3:14. No sooner does Hamnicus open the door, unbar the door, than is flung wide open by a foul undead corpse of his son. The creature strides in, grabs Hamnicus by the throat. The hermit, unable to defend himself, falls to his knees choking. You rush to help him, but the undead creature ignores your strongest blows as single-mindedly it concentrates on strangling the life from the hermit. Soon it is all over. Hamnicus lies dead, and his son falls on top of him, lifeless once more. The moment Hamnicus opened the door, there was nothing you could have done to save him. It is with a heavy heart that you bury both the hermit and his son in the woodland nearby. Then make your way south. Tragedy seems to be dogging your every move. Deduct 1 luck. Well, at least I didn't kill him. 44. Your search for the hermit has used up a good deal of precious time. Unless you can find some way to make it up, you may very well reach Karnstein too late to save it. Eventually, you rejoin the Weirtown Road. If you wish to follow it west, turn to 160. If you'd rather cut across country and head directly southwards, remembering that roads usually offer greater safety. If time is of the essence, I've got to head south, 247. A few hours pass. You find yourself in a wide open field when the overcast sky breaks to the sound of thunder and is torn apart by jagged lightning. Soon you are drenched in torrents of rain. In the distance to your right is a copse which may offer some shelter. Straight ahead are more open fields. You are just wondering which would be the best route to follow when the earth starts to shake. The wet grass ahead of you bulges upwards, forming a mound, and the side of the mound contorts into a face. An impossibly wide mouth opens and howls with deafening force. The very earth is screaming, and its cries are accompanied by the most violent quake yet. You'll have to try very hard not to lose your footing as you run across this slippery ground. Test your skill. Okay. Oh, look at that. I got an 11, and I passed. If you succeed, go to 88. You don't let anything distract you as you run over the slick, quaking ground. However, the way ahead is blocked by the huge mound. Will you approach the screaming face, make for the copse in hopes of veering back south later, or retreat? I want to know what the screaming face is fucking bitching about. 378. Running at full speed, your right heel catches the wet grass at an angle and slips forward. You slam into the earth, the shock of the impact coursing painfully up your spine. Deduct 2 points from your stamina. I'm okay with that. Back to 12. All right. You climb back to your feet and watch as the ever-shifting face spews 4 repulsive abominations out of its cavernous green mouth. In some ways, the creatures resemble giant flies, but they have human heads and bits and pieces from a variety of other plants, animals, and insects. They are crombanes, spawn of the dying earth, and though they are too heavy to fly, they are powerful runners. They charge towards you, yowling like demented wolves, their disgusting legs throwing up sodden earth. I'm fighting these fuckers. I don't give a shit anymore. Spitting face fly pieces of shit. You must fight the horrible crombane all at the same time. So what this means is I choose one and fight it, and I have to fight all the others, but if I beat them, I don't do any damage to them. If you're wearing armor and are hit by a crombane in an attack round, you must deduct 2 hits from the armor's total instead of 1. If you're not wearing armor, the acid does not affect you. Okay, let's get this set up. First crombane, 8-6. 0. Second crombane, 7-6. Third crombane, 6-5. 5, 3, 1, 0. And fourth crombane is 5-7. 5, 3, 1, 0. Okay. If you win. All right. So here's how we do this. I'm going to fight the first one with a skill of 8. I have a skill of 11 because I have no weapon. And I win. 17 and I got 19. So I hit it, but now I have to fight the other 3, but I don't do damage to them if I win. They will damage me if they win. Okay, so I win. I win. And I win. And that's just how we do combat against all of them. It's as if all of these crombanes are kind of fighting me. I'm concentrating on one, but deflecting the others. So let's keep going. He has 8. I have 11. 12, 13. 18. He has 8. So I hit him. And then 11, 12, 18. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, yep. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6, 12, yep. So that one hit me, doing 2 damage. And the last one, I got 7, 18, he has 5, and he didn't hit me at all. And now we go back to this one, so I'm at 11. 12, 18, here's at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Got lucky there and I killed him. Okay, so I defended from this one. Definitely defended from that one. And definitely defended from that one. So now I'm going to go after the second crombane. So I'm at 11. Okay, 21. 17, and now I have to fight 10, 16, so I defended against that, and 12, 14, and 5, 15, so that one hit me for 2. Now we go back to the second crombane. All right. Hit him. And we have to defend against the third one. which we did, and the last one, which we did. Okay, second Crombane again. Oh, Snake Eyes. I'm at 13. They are at 7. We got hit. Let's defend. We got hit again. And the last one, we're at 11, 21. Okay. So we're fighting this. We need to hit it one more time to kill it. We are at 12, 11, sorry. 21, 7. And we killed that, but we still have to defend. So we're at 11. It can't win. And we're at 11. It definitely can't win, even with that. Okay, we are now fighting the third Crombane. We only have these two to kill. 11, 12, 18, 6, 18. All right, and this one. Okay, we defended. All right, 11. Hit it. And we defended against that. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh man, this is going to be grim. 6, 12. Okay, and we've got to defend. 16. Yep. 11, 21. So we killed that third Crombane. Okay, and we defended against this one. Now the last Crombane only has a skill of 5. So we're at 11, 12, 18, and he is at 5, 10, 13, 11. I'm not even going to roll because I can't win. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He is at 5. Nope. And one more. 11, 12, 17. He is at 5, 10, 13. Okay, we defeated all the Crombanes. I'm going to eat 1 provision, putting me back to 8 health. If you win, you may either head for the copse, run directly south towards Hustings. I'm going to head south towards Hustings, 135. All is dark and a storm rages overhead as you make your way towards Hustings. The road is little more than a track which winds its way across the infamous Hustings moors and because of the downpour is submerged in places, becoming part of the mire. Wary of encroaching quicksand, you press on, your efforts aided by the occasional lightning flashes of the storm. Suddenly you catch sight of a peculiar, grinning face. At first you think that someone must be hiding in the reeds, but then you realise that the leafy face is the reeds, moving from clump to clump as if blown by the wind. It speaks in a spry and mischievous voice. "'Tis Jack of the Green, the ancient king, here to offer you guidance. The world is dying, the soil corrupt, and the trees stir with violence. Warriors 5 seek their lord, the one who must not be freed. Earth Mother seeks a healing hand, but 'tis proof of your worth she needs. If you have a green leaf brooch, otherwise Jack will offer you a chance to prove your worth." I'm going to accept his task and turn to 121. "There is too much corruption in the world," says Jack of the Green. "The sleepers who should not be disturbed have been aroused. Your task is to lay Hustings to rest. Let the earth reclaim its own, but be warned, violence should never be the final answer. Evil must be left to consume itself. Your duty is to help, not to beget further chaos. When you think you have succeeded, say the word Serunus in your mind, and we will see what unfolds." Okay, Cerunnos. I'll just write that down. Okay, and we are going to take a break here so I can make dinner, and I will come back to this in the future. Hope you're enjoying the video. So we are back from our hiatus. If you have been watching along, you know we met the Jack in the Green. He gave us the name Serenus, which I made a note on my adventurers sheet. I have a new glass of go-go juice, or poor decision juice, as I like to call it. Okay, and we move on to 19. Troubled times are ahead, continues the enigmatic figure. To help you, the horned god sends a gesture of goodwill. Pardon me. Find the man of numbers or his book. Without either you will fail, then the face is gone. It seems that Jack in the Green is a messenger for powerful elemental forces, forces which you decide to join. You will strive to be the Earth Mother's champion against the evil of the Shadow Warriors. Squinting through the blinding rain, you can just make out the lights and rooftops of Hustings. To the right of the town is a slender column of earth, which has been forced up out of the ground by magic. Atop this 100-foot-high pinnacle is a tower made of oozing living sludge. Well, that didn't work out too well for us last time in the sewers, did it? Okay, sorry about that little break. My cat decided that, just as I said, oozing living sludge, it would be a perfect time for him to take a giant shit. So I had to take a break, but there you have it. That's what you get when you're a pet owner. You hear a sloshing sound coming from somewhere just off the road, and just as you look, a flash of lightning reveals a man rising up out of the bog. At least it looks like a man, if you want to walk the few yards over, or if you would rather stay on the road. I want to go talk to the poo-poo man. The cat pooed. There's a poo-poo man, 390. Why not? Only when you reach the man do you realize he is far from human. Darkness prevents you from seeing just what the creature is, but you have no trouble hearing its swamp-gurgled snarls, or in catching the glint of a vicious blade it swings towards you. Hagwort, skill 10, stamina 4. All right. So we'll put Hagwort, skill 10, stamina 4. Now remember, I have no weapon. I am only skill 11. Okay. Maybe I can take his weapon. So I'm 11... 19. He is 10. Well, he hits me for 2, putting me at 6. All right. I'm 11. 20. He is 10. 17. Okay. 11. 20. 10. 20. All right. 11. Okay, I take out Hagwort, and you only hit me once. All right. If you win, turn to 5. Successive bursts of sheet lightning enable you to see that all across the marsh, creatures resembling pumpkin-headed scarecrows are stirring. Okay. They are the Hagwort, formed of the earth and roused by the grown corruption of the land. Groaning, the mindless hulks rise and make their sluggish way towards Hustings, their paws gripping a variety of murderous weapons. They are great fighters, but they suffer one weakness. They are animated by mystic fires, which are held under pressure within their heads. Any cut to the head, no matter how tiny, will free the energy, and the sudden release will cause the Hagwort's head to explode. Hustings must be warned of the imminent attacks, but a Hagwort stands on the road in your way. Will you attack it, head out on the moors to sneak around it, put on the chameleon cloak if you have one. I do have a chameleon cloak. Let's try the cloak. Let's try sneak around this thing. I'm almost dead. I'm only on 6 stamina. So what do I go to? 260. It's probably not going to work, knowing these books. Okay, the chameleon cloak works like a dream. The hagwort does not see you as you slip past and press on along the road. Further on, you remove the cloak and study your surroundings. The moors look too dangerous, so you decide to keep to the road. Will you go to town or towards a strange tower? I've got to go to town. I've got to warn them. But hold on a second. Hold on. I can go to town and warn them, or the tower might be why they are being resurrected. I'm going to the tower. Sounds of battle come from the town as the people of Hustings defend their homes against the slaughtering Hogwart fiends. You ignore the din as you reach the foot of the pinnacle and walk right into an ambush. Of course. A door opens in the side of the pinnacle and 6 Hogwarts appear. They seize you and drag you up a long spiral stairway which ends in a small room at the top of the tower. One end of the room is closed off by heavy drapes. If you have a weapon, I don't. They force you to sit down at a table on which rests a sharpened wooden stake and a plate. The Hogwart mutely motions for you to eat the food on the plate, a mound of wet sludge. I'm not eating that. 359. You ignore the black slop, and wisely so, as the thing is alive. It's a slod kedbomb whose skin is poisonous. Bored with waiting around, the slod kedbomb slithers away. You keep your eyes on the creature until you are distracted by silken tones. It is ill-mannered to refuse hospitality. All right. Okay. Looking up, you see that the drapes have been lifted to reveal a vampire-like creature rising from her throne. Her ghastly countenance is haggard with age. At her side is a living fireplace, which looks like the head of a Hogwart, only larger and more malevolent. It watches you, both you and the creature as she walks towards you and says, I am Eartha. Many years ago, when I was but a vampire, the peasants of this region destroyed me with the same wooden stake that now lies on the table. Though destroyed as an undead, I was, like the ancient Hagwort, expelled from the grave. Now I am beyond undeath. I am a vampire. Times are changing. The old regimes are being swept away. We are entering a twilight existence of which I shall be queen. And with this, she lifts her wrist to display an iron band. I can command the mindless Hagwort. Guided by my experience of centuries, they will make an unstoppable army. It is time to act. If you have a vial of metal rot, I actually don't, because I used it on the jail. If you do not, will you attack her or ask her to prove her power? I want some proof. 251. Very persuasive, you say mockingly, but your new regime will be one of death. Take a look at yourself. By your own admission, you should be ashes in the grave, but no, the earth has spat you out. And although you cling desperately to this life, it torments you. Your body is stretched beyond its limits. Your vampire existence is a mockery of life. With each passing word, Eartha grows more and more enraged until, enough, she cries. I will show you what it is to be immortal. Name your challenge. Will you put her to the stake? Tell her to free the Hagwort. Have her submit to the time-honoured method of destroying undead, decapitation. Well, the stake didn't work the first time. I'm going to get her to free the Hagwort. 331. Freed from Eartha's cruel domination, the Hagwort become uncontrollable. Okay. They grab the tyrant and throw her onto the mystic fire, the real power in Hastings. The magic inside the Hagwort head stems from this fiery source. It was the same magic that reanimated Eartha, and it was the only thing that could have destroyed her. She perishes instantly. Events have come full circle. The corrupted Earth magic has run its course. Something clatters at your feet. It is Eartha's iron band. Though you have no wish to control the Hagwort, you feel compelled to pick it up. Okay. So I will add iron band. To my sheet. You look once more at the fireplace. The eyes and mouth have closed and the whole thing is starting to sink back into the marsh, taking the tower and the pinnacle with it. You hurry out of the place before it collapses altogether and make for the southerly road out of town. You see the Hagwort wading back into the moors, returning to their resting places once more. All right. The town of Hastings has been devastated by the Hagwort assault, and though you feel you have done your best to help, your best may not have been good enough. Following the downcast Hastings refugees, you make your way along the south border road. If you have green leaf brooch, or if you have an iron band and the word Serenos means something to you, it does. $3.97. For a moment you stand lost in thought, but your reverie is disturbed by a familiar voice. Though no one else seems to see it, the grass on either side of the road rustles with impressions of Jack in the Green. This is the reward for falling with nature. The elements have no faith in man, the builder, man the user, man the destroyer, yet you carry tokens of worth. You are not the one to light fires, to chop down trees, to level mountains. You are good. The Earth Mother and the Horned God await you. You are suddenly overcome with a strange dizziness. Once your there's the picture. Once your dizziness clears, you find yourself standing at the foot of a grassy hill crowned by a circle of ancient standing stones. You've been transported to Cauldron Ring, heartland of the elemental gods. An awe-inspiring vision of the Horned God fills the sky while the ghostly Sisters of Time dance within the circle. They are the past, present, and future manifestations of the Earth Mother, and they guard the Spear of Doom. That doesn't sound good. The Horned God speaks to you with a voice like the crashing of waves. You have been chosen to face Voivod, Lord of the Shadow Warriors. We once made an error of trying to burn out his fire, but could only imprison him. In the millennia which have passed, we have made good our error and have forged the Spear of Doom, which gives death to the living and life to the dead. Take it and use it wisely. All at once you discover the spear in your hands and start to feel dizzy once more. Enter the spear in the equipment box. All right. Spear of Doom. Now I have a fucking weapon. All right. Together with its life force, which you find by rolling one die and adding 5. Okay, life force is 10. The spear is a normal weapon. You may use it instead of normal combat. You must decide whether or not to do so before you start any fight, and it will automatically defeat your foe, but you must also deduct 1 point from the Spear of Life. If his life force drops to 0, the spear becomes useless. Now restore 6 points to your stamina, and if you came here from Hastings, turn to 12. All right, so my stamina goes to 12. Okay, all right. Turn to 12. There is no time to rest. Night turns to day as you leave Hastings far behind and get your first view of the Witch-Tooth Line, a sprawling mass of unscalable mountain peaks, monster-filled caves, and treacherous narrow passes. Adventurers who can say that they've crossed the line are the most respected of their kind. Eventually you come to a bridge and later to a fork in the road. Will you turn left or right? Okay. I can fight with the Spear of Doom. I believe it's a weapon. If I decide to use it, it loses 1 life point and I automatically win. But I can still kind of use it just as a weapon and not use its power, I believe. That's the way I'm going to play it. That is the way I'm going to play it. You have no say in this. You're a cat. I know. All right. Can I continue, mate? Thank you. I'm going to go left this time. I went right last time. 393. Moonlight paints the nighttime landscape with an eerie silvery glow, illuminating your first view of Cumbleside. This town was abandoned long ago, its residents weary of having to guard themselves against the constant stream of malice which descended on them from the witch-tooth lion, ogres, demons, goblin raiding parties, and worse. You are passing through the outskirts of town when you come to a tall tower standing alone like a needle in the darkness. A light shines in the uppermost window. I'm going to stop at the tower. I've got the Spear of Doom. Bring it on, you motherfuckers. 141. The tower is cracked and worn with age. Its once bright colours faded and peeled. There is only a single entrance, a door on which a brass plaque is fixed, engraved with the following words: Dr. Cooterwalch, Diseases of the Mind. You try to open the door, but it's locked. Hanging at one side is a small bell pull. Will you ring the bell? Yeah, let's go talk to this doctor. 281. Okay. You tug on the fine metal cord and hear a feeble tinkling sound within. A minute or so passes before the door opens. A young woman holding a candle silently ushers you in. Having barred the door behind you, she leads you up a long spiral staircase and into a cozy study. Plush furniture, bookcases, and expensive ornaments are arranged around a comforting log fire. This is a fucking trap. This has got to be a trap. The lady asks you to sit, then fetches you a goblet of fine wine and a tray of roasted meats and vegetables. I want to know a little more about my host. I'm not going to eat this shit. The lady looks at you as you look dubiously at the boiled potato. Is something wrong? She asks coyly. I wouldn't have thought someone with a marvellous brain as yours would be suspicious. Will you apologise and eat the food? Ignore the food? Leave the tower? I'm just going to ignore the food and engage her in conversation. This is way too suspicious. You ask the lady who she is. She replies, is it important? You reply that it is. At this, she stares at you intently and asks, and how long have you had this need to identify things? You've had enough of this stupidity. You strongly advise her to tell you who she is, but she just rushes out of the room. You follow her up a short staircase and into the highest room of the tower, a laboratory packed with all sorts of chilling apparatus. The lady dabbles in the worst sorceries, and her latest project is lumbering towards you. It is a mishmash of surgically joined body parts. The woman laughs at your horrified face and rants. My creation may not be a pretty sight, but it is highly functional. All it needs now is an excellent brain. Your brain. Yes, I am Dr. Calderwelch. The monster steps forward to kill you. Okay. Calderwelch monster. I'm just going to write monster on here because I couldn't be bothered. Skill 8, stamina 14. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Okay. I'm going to use the spear not as the Spear of Doom, but just as a weapon. So let's do this. 19 to 8. All right. Can't win. Can't even beat me. All right. 12. 18 to 8. 14. 12. So I've got 16. Here's 8. 16. Can't win. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to 8. You dumbass. And okay. So we beat the monster. Didn't even get hit, although it was close. If you win, turn to 87. In the struggle, a torch is knocked over on some highly inflammable chemicals, and soon the lab is ablaze. You make a hurried dash for the exit. On the way out, you may grab one of the following items which are lying about the place: a sword, a pack of holding, 2 provisions, a mongoose paperweight, or a lantern and skin of oil. I'm going to grab the sword. So I've got the Spear of Destiny and the sword now, so there's no confusion as to whether or not I have a weapon and how to use it. You then race down the staircase, turning a deaf ear to Calder Watch's screams. Only when you reach the road to the south of Cumberside do you stop to look back. The entire tower is engulfed in flame. Then you look away and continue southwest into a sheltered glade where you sleep for a few hours. Restore 2 stamina. Stamina is now at 14 of 15. Okay. When you wake up, it is the dawn of a sunny day. Will you cut westward and join the road to Shattuck, or take the southern road which leads straight to the Witchtooth line? Do I want to go to Shattuck? Where is Shattuck? So I was here, and I came down. Do I want to go here, or do I want to... No, I might go to Shattuck, actually. 334. Sweat pours off you as you walk for hour after hour beneath the blazing sun. You are resting in a shady hollow when you hear the tramp of marching feet and the grunt of countless voices coming from over the rise. These are the telltale noises of a roaming orc tribe. You crouch down, hoping to remain hidden in the hollow, but the orcs see you and start scampering down the slopes on either side of you to cut off your escape. You search for an exit out of this tightening cordon and gasp with relief when you see the cave nearby. Then again, you are in the Witchtooth line, where caves are never simply caves. If you want to hide in the dark cave, you would rather try to outrun the orcs. On the other hand, if you have a chameleon cloak and want to use it and try and sneak unseen through the orc ranks. I've got the chameleon cloak, and it's worked so far. 163. The words of the merchant who sold you the cloak spring to mind. Fine though the garment may be, 'tis best used in the hours of darkness. At this moment you are trying to hide in an exposed place beneath the all-revealing blazing sun. Test your luck. My luck at the moment is 11. And I got a 10. Which puts it down to 10. But I still won. If you're lucky, 176. Hugging the ground, you cannot help but think that for once, a trader at Royal Endel has sold his merchandise short. The chameleon cloak works its wonders as you sneak away beneath the smelly orcs' very noses and escape. However, you are now forced to leave the road and cut south over difficult mountain terrain where progress is slow. After a few hours of hardy slog, you find a small mine shaft that goes down 15 meters or so before ending in an illuminated chamber of some sort. The narrowness of the shaft prevents you from seeing the nature of the place. If you have a rope and grapple, you may use it to climb down. I do have a rope and grapple. I'm going to climb down the shaft, 383. When you reach the bottom of the rough shaft, you discover it is not wide enough for you to tug your grappling hook free. You will have to leave the rope behind. All right. So I don't have that anymore. Looking around, you see that you have descended into the very middle of crossroads. and the walls of the four smooth passages emit a faint glow. Oh, for fuck's sake. Poor choice time. North, south, east, or west? You know what? 1, 2. 1 is north, 2 is south, 3 is east, 4 is west, 5 and 6 re-roll. Okay, I'm going south. 1, 1, 4. Descending from a wide staircase, you come to a crossroads. All right, same thing. I go north, 106. Descending along the staircase, you come to a crossroads. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this just going to be... I go north, 169. Descending along staircase, you come to a crossroads. A strange fire burns you, deduct 1 stamina. All right, well, at least something happened. 13. You know, I'm going west this time. I'm not rolling. This is ridiculous. 144. Descending along staircase, you come to a crossroads. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this... All right. 12. I'll just go east. 122. Ah! Descending along wide staircase, you come to a crossroads. 232. I'm just going to keep going east. Fuck it. 232. Coming to a wide staircase. Strange fire burns you. 3 points. All right. Down to 9. 144, 169, 187. I'll go south. Descending down a long staircase. This is... What the fuck, man? Are you fucking kidding me that this is how it's going to fucking end? Strange fire burns. Lose 2 points of stamina. Down to 7. Two, 5, 3. I'll go west. Oh, 2, 5, 3, not 1, 5, 3. Descending down along... Oh, my fucking God. I'm going to go south, 291. Are you... This can't be... Here's to the end of this fucking adventure. Um, 304. I don't think I've gone 304 yet. Oh, look at that. Descending down a wide staircase. You come to a crossroads. This is the Steve Jackson portion of this fucking game book. Jesus Christ, this is lazy. 172. At last you are free from this accursed nightmare, and a nightmare it was. You walked down the staircase only once before being sent to a deep sleep by the Nightmare Master, the true guardian of the gateway. Since then, everything has been a dream, with you repeatedly walking down the same staircase. You would have done so for all eternity had you not had the strength of will to escape. When you wake up at the foot of the stairs, you see that you're actually inside a hellish chamber, and in it stands your foe, the Nightmare Master. Look at me, I'm the Nightmare Master. I make people walk downstairs all the time. What a nightmare walking downstairs. It'd be, if you'd walk upstairs, it'd be the fucking nightmare, you bug-eyed piece of shit. Sorry about that. Surrounded by the tormented wails of the many souls still lost in his evil dream world, the Guardian attacks you without mercy, and his mystic weapon have the power to blight your fate. Each time you lose an attack round, you must deduct 1 point from your luck, whether you lose stamina or not. All right. Fuck me. Nightmare Master 9-9. All right. Master skill 9, stamina 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Okay. I've got a sword. Come on, Nightmare Master. Skill 12, 20, 9, not enough. Skill 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I lose 2 stamina, putting me at 5, and I lose 1 luck, putting me at 9. 12, 20, nope. Okay, 12, 18, 18. Oh, I didn't actually win that, even though it was a draw, so I lose another luck, putting me down to 8. Oh, shit. 16 to 9. 15, 16, 17. So that puts me down to 5 and 7 luck. 12, 18. Nope. 5, 2 more hits and he's dead. I'm at 12, 20, 9. Not enough. And 1 more hit. Oh shit. 17. Hey, look at that. Okay. I lost a lot of luck there. Jeez Louise. 361. You wake up. Even the Nightmare Master's attack took place in your dreams, but now your ordeal is over and you feel your strength returning. Restore 3 points of stamina. Okay. So I'm up to 8 stamina. Then you hear a low echoing voice. Though I murder sleep, I can never die. It is the Nightmare Master. Beaten for now, he departs. Climbing to your feet, you see that you're in a small, dimly lit hallway. 4 doors lead out of it. One of them opens and 2 figures walk out. Dark elves clad in monastic robes. You dodge back and hide in the shadowy alcove as they walk silently across the hall and pass through one of the other doors. They are cultists and this is their temple. If your sacrilegious presence is detected here, you'll most certainly be killed. We go through the north door, the south door after the dark elf cultists. I'm going after the cultists. I'm going to kill these motherfuckers. 68. Anything, if fantasy's taught me anything, it's dark elves suck. Okay, you enter a room packed with books and wax-sealed tubes containing ancient scrolls. The 2 dark elves who passed you in the hallway earlier sit at a large table reading magnificent tomes, but as soon as you enter, they look up and shout, "Our temple has been profaned. Death to the outsider." They draw long daggers from beneath their robes and lunge at you. You must fight them at the same time. Okay. Skill 7, stamina 5. Skill 8, stamina 6. All right. First, dark elf. Second, dark elf. So what is it? Skill 7, stamina 5. And skill 8. Stamina 6. Okay, I'm going to attack this skill 8 one first, I think. and defend the skill 7. So skill 8. So I have 12, 18. He is 8. Nope. And I've got to defend against the skill 7, which I do. Okay, I'm going to attack the skill 8 one again. 12, 28, not enough. And defend. Okay. And finally, yep. And defend against the skill 7, which I do. Okay, now I'm just fighting the skill 7. I have skill 12. Oh, shit. 15, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's a tie. Uh-oh. 16 to 17. I go down to 6 health. Skill 12. Yep. Skill 12. Yep. And skill 12. 18 to 7. 16. Okay. All right. So I killed the 2 Dark Elf cultists. If you win, you may search the library or go back to the hall. I want to search this library. I'm looking for a book. 192. You hide the Dark Elf's bodies under the table, then pause for thought. It would take hours just to find what all the different scrolls and books are about, and time is short. So you content yourself with a brief look at the texts that the cultists were perusing. Will you... Numeris Astracanus. I think the Numeris Astracanus was the one I'm looking for, so 366. You have found the vital book of numbers written by Parclesus the numerologist. You leaf through it until you find the most important page and tear it out of the book. I don't want to tear pages out of books. You can study the page now or at any time in the future by turning to 16. All right. Just as you close the book, a secret panel on the far wall slides open. If you have the chameleon cloak, I do. Two cultists step out of the secret passage. Before they can see you, you drop to the floor and throw the chameleon cloak over yourself. The Dark Elf sit down and talk. Behind them, the secret door starts to shut. Now, if you want to, you may hurry through the secret door. Otherwise, you'll have to go back to the hall. Whichever way you go, you take off the chameleon cloak and return it to your pack. Dark Elves, you dare not risk returning there again. Okay. 68. No. I'm going to hurry through the door, the secret door. 295. The long and winding staircase brings you to the cult's innermost sanctum, the secret chamber where the cruel and misguided Dark Elves keep their god a prisoner. Across the room is another staircase leading upwards this time. But before the exit is a treasure mound, and on this mound lies something totally beyond the range of your experience. It looks like a cross between a cobra, a goat, and a man, and it has 6 sword-wielding arms. Fortunately, the creature is asleep at the moment, and it is bound to the wall by a strand of magic. You catch sight of a magic ring lying on the floor. You are about to pick it up when the creature's arms start waving their swords at you. The thing is waking up. If you have some manacles, I don't. You can use them to bind the creature while you either attack it. If you have no manacles, 307. Okay. Damn. The creature blinks once, twice, and then is upon you. Its mighty hoofs shake the very stone beneath your feet as it powers towards you. Each attack round rolls 6 of its arm all 6 of its arms attack you at the same time, each with a skill of 8, but you may strike back against only one of them as if fighting 6 separate opponents. If you win against any of its other arms, your blows have no effect, serving only as parries. You'll be fortunate to survive the encounter with one of the ancient Kalundai. Holy shit. So this thing is skill 8, stamina 20, and I've got to fight it 6 times around, but 5 of those times are going to do nothing. All right. Kalundai. Okay. Skill 8, stamina 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Now, I could use my Spear of Doom here and just immediately defeat it. But where would the fun be in that? That would be lame. Okay. Here's to bad choices. Let's fight this thing with a fucking sword. Okay. So, first battle. Skill 12. 22. Skill 8. 18. So I do hit it. Now I've got to do that 5 more times. Oh, shit. 14. 8. 15. Hits me for 2. Putting me at 4. That's 1. 2. 3. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 8. Okay, I'm down to 2. And... oh, shit. That's 5. Let's hit it again. Come on. 17, 18, all right. 8. Let's do this 5 more times. 18. 17 to 8, 19. All right. 12, 16, 17 to 8. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm dead. Okay. Now, I could have used the Spear of Doom here to immediately kill it. I chose not to because where is the fun in that? And my Legend of the Shadow Warriors adventure comes to an end fighting a 6-armed, snake-headed goat monster thingamajig. Have to say, that was awesome. Compared to my other Fighting Fantasy playthroughs, look how many things I actually had combat with. Cultists, the Nightmare Master, Doctor's Frankenstein monster thing, these 4 bats, Highwaymen. This is just a fantastic Fighting Fantasy game book. That shit going through the fucking tunnels, you know that's all a Steve Jackson thing, not an Ian Livingstone thing. But, you know, irregardless. My adventure came to an end, sadly, but what's the most important thing? The fucking journey. I loved every minute of Legend of the Shadow Warriors. I can honestly say I've never gotten that far in the book before. I had the Spear of Doom, I got an Iron Band, Jack in the Green. Didn't even have a chance to use the Caltrops, the Lantern and Oil. the firecrackers or the mirror, chameleon cloak. How handy was that? It helped that I had pretty good skill and luck. Didn't get any armor, but, you know, whatever. It's all good. So, with that said, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification bell so you never miss a Plaguelands Media video. We've got more cool shit coming up, projects in the works, which we will keep you posted on. But until next time, stay safe, have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.